of the evening. Bazooka, how are you? How are things where you are? It's been raining like cats and dogs here. I'm not kidding. I went outside a minute ago and stepped in a poodle. Whew, bad weather. That's a lighter. Mm, it's a lovely Wednesday. I've been at work all day. I got home, took me a little nap, ate me some chicken, and here I am, live on the internet, just like I programmed to do it. It's because I am. Where's everybody at? I know it's Wednesday, but come on. Got lots to talk about. We got Bazooka, we got Bazinga, we got Bozo, and Boo. We'll see what that's all about later. Maybe. One thing I can tell you, I found this Bazooka bubblegum today while I was at the store. And I didn't know they made that still. I hadn't seen that since I was a little boy. And the jokes are still inside. And they're still stupid jokes. It's quite interesting that that's still around. Man, how many kids are asking their Mom, can we go get some Bazooka Joe bubblegum? It's not Bazooka Joe anymore. It's just Bazooka because I guess Joe would be male and we can't have that. But it is still around. It gives me an odd pause. I don't know if it's hopeful or just I don't really care. But the fact that it's there, something from my childhood, something that I vividly remember when I was a little boy going to the store. And back then you could buy a whole brown bag, one of those bags that they put beer in now. You could buy a whole bag of that of candy for 25 cents. It was ridiculous. And I used to go every week and get a bag full of candy, mostly Tootsie Rolls, but Bazooka Joe for sure. And other things, fireballs and whatnot, whatever they had. I don't remember now. But you could fill that bag to the brim for 25 cents of candies. Little penny candies, what they call them. They were never a penny unless they were back in the 40s, but that's what they were called, penny candies. And I remember that. And to see that in the store today, still being made by somebody, it's not a retread. I mean, they still have stock. Kind of makes you wonder what the world's gone to and why we can't get back to it. I saw a interesting meme on the internet. It was a guy holding a $10 bill and he said, "Man, this $1 bill, this new $1 bill sure looks funny." That's a joke on the inflation because now a $10 bill is about as valuable as a $1 bill used to be. You can buy about the same amount. And then I started thinking about it. Hey, Laura, how are you? Welcome to the show. I see you just popped in. Good to see you. Glad you're here. We're talking about the old days. Money was started based on a tangible thing. Back in the old days, it was gold, and we had gold, and the money that was in circulation was based on that gold. So basically, a dollar bill is just an IOU, and the gold is in Fort Knox that backs up that dollar. Well, Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard and put us on the petrol standard. So now it's based on oil, no longer based on a tangible, precious mineral, but now oil. And they did that so that they could do business with the Middle East and spend American dollars there, which is more valuable there, to get Middle Eastern oil here. Now, this is part of the whole global economy kind of thing that I barely understand what's going on in the grand scheme. But in the 40s, a quarter was worth 25% of an ounce of gold. I mean, silver, silver. Whatever, 0.25 ounces of silver, whatever, however you look at it. And now they stopped putting silver in gold, and I keep saying gold, in quarters because they're not valued on silver anymore. So now if you draw a line, an arc from now to back then when it was worth that much silver, the quarter is still 25 cents, but its value has decreased equally its weight in silver. So now if you could buy a loaf of bread for a quarter back then, now it costs you $3.75. See how that arc goes? And as we go on further in the future, that arc keeps getting higher and higher, and the baseline keeps staying exactly the same, which is the value of the denomination to start with. I know that's a little bit confusing, but that is how money works. It's basically decreased in value to the point where it's on the verge of collapse. It would not take much to collapse the dollar bill. We're basically just carrying around money, paper money now. It's basically valued at paper. The only reason it has any value is because we still want it. If we quit wanting it, it would not have any value because there's nothing under it. There's nothing holding it up. It's basically an IOU. It's a fake IOU. It's a magic Babylonian square of paper. The idea has been around since Babylon, but we are fast approaching a point in history where we will only be using credit or paperless transactions of some sort. That's not good. As a matter of fact, that's one of the signs of the end times, that things are getting to a point of no return where you can't go back, can't repair it. It's gone too far. And people like our president are the kind of people that are making those things happen. Why? I don't know. Now, there's obviously some grander scheme involved. There's obviously some end goal. I just don't know what it is. Nor does anybody else, I'm sure, unless you're part of that club. It's like the endless war thing. Well, yes, war makes a lot of money. That's one reason to continue fighting wars that are at very least seem pointless. But it can't be the only reason, because it also costs a lot of other things too, things you can't replace, like life, like time, like the beauty of a country. Can't get those things back. You can rebuild a country, but it takes a very long time. You can't rebuild a life. You can't rebuild a reputation, So there are other reasons for pointless wars, reasons we don't get to discuss. These are things discussed in secret rooms and resorts on mountains in other countries that only the 1% of the 1% ever get to go into. These are the things that are discussed there, like the Bilderberg groups and the, trilateral commissions and things like that. We don't ever get to hear those discussions. So what's the point? Chew more Bazooka Joe gum. That's the point. Look for things in the past that have value, like a memory, like something you did when you were a little boy, and bring that into the present, make your life better. That's what I meant to say. And it spiraled as usual. That's how my mind works. What say you? How's the weather where you're at? It is a good evening, Laura. It's a fantastically good evening. It's warm. It's not raining. Cats are fed. I've been fed. I can't complain. My hair is doing that thing like I stuck my finger in a light socket again, but that's all right. It's the humidity. So you take your magic Babylonian square and you go down to a supermarket and you hand it to somebody, and they hand you some good that's not nearly valued at the price that you paid for it. And you go home thinking you've achieved something. But think about what it was like 50 years ago, when you could take that same amount of money to the store and fill up your cart with those goods and have money left over to buy a Coke or an ice cream or go to a movie for 25 cents. There was actually a theater when I was a kid that cost $1. You could go see anything you wanted, any blockbuster movie that came out, you could go see it for $1. And they had lounge chairs and tables. and served drinks at the table. It was called Dinner and a Movie. There was also drive-ins that you could go to for 50 cents or $1. I don't remember exactly how much those were, but those seemed to be the rage at the time. We always wanted to go to the drive-in. You know, you pull up in a stall that looks like a flea market stall and put a speaker in your window, or later on you could tune your radio to a certain channel and listen to it in your car and run your battery down while you're watching the movie. But the ones I went to had a speaker that you hung in the window. The one speaker, and it was very loud. It filled the car with noise, and you got to look through your dirty windshield. Sometimes you could go out and lay on the hood if it was a clear night and watch the movie on this big screen. Whatever happened to those things? $5 car loan. Wow. Oh, $5 car load. I got you for the drive-in, right? $5 for a carload of people. Gotcha. Yeah, it seems like now that you've said that, I remember that, something like that. But my point is now if you go to see a movie, you'll be lucky if you don't spend $50 for yourself, maybe one other person. It's going to cost you $50 to go to the movies. It costs like $20 to get in. It costs $20 for a Coke. I don't know how much it is, but it's crazy. The last time I went to the movies, I remember thinking, oh, to own stake in this company now that I'm leaving. You know, Jesus Christ, how did it get that expensive? When I was a kid, we'd go see a movie for $1. And we could like not leave and catch the next movie if nobody caught us, you know. Yeah. Hey, Darlene, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome to see you. Or welcome to the show. Glad to see you. That was an abbreviated sentence there. $5, or you remember when it was $1 a carload to go to the drive-in? Wow. I remember $5, $4, something like that. And then shortly after that, we could go down to the convenience store and rent a VCR and 3 movies for $5, or whatever it was, $3. I can't remember now. And keep it for 3 days. I didn't realize they had drive-ins in the 60s. I guess I don't know why I shouldn't know that, but I thought it was an 80s thing for some reason. Anyway, that's crazy. Now, if you go to the movies, you're going to spend $50. And that's if you're lucky. And probably have to deal with somebody's loud mouth, somebody on a phone right in front of you, blocking up half the screen with their brightness, worrying about catching some disease off of the filthy chairs, sticky floors. Didn't you see Grease? Yeah, I saw Grease a long time ago when it was on TV or whatever. I don't remember. I have seen Grease, and I did know that. It just slipped my mind. Don't you know that all kids think that time started about the time they were born? Which sucks for the millennials, because all the interesting stuff happened before they were born. All they've got to claim is the internet, and look what that what that caused. Yep. I used to love the movies. I at some point made it my life's goal to see everything ever filmed. And I put a large dent in it. I'm pretty sure I hadn't seen everything, but I've seen pretty much every blockbuster and most B movies. I draw the line at black and white stuff, you know, or really cheesy B movies with no name actors. There's got to be a parameter. So my parameter was it had to be a blockbuster, or had to run in theaters a certain length of time or whatever. And I've pretty much seen all the good movies. There may be a couple that have slipped by me, but they're increasingly harder to find. And I really tried for a while to see everything. I realized that was a unaccomplishable goal when they started ramping up the movie production about 2004, 2005, when as opposed to 3 movies a year coming out, there was 25 movies a year coming out. And I kind of gave up at that point. But for a while there, I was hitting it hard. I was watching like 8 movies a day, 6 movies a day, something like that for a long time. Put it this way, the guy at the movie rental place knew me by name. He knew my nickname, you know. I don't think we got to a place where we didn't even speak anymore. I just walk in and hand him my money and walk out with movies. But I've seen a lot of really good ones. And because of that, I have a pretty good education in movies. And also my interest in how movies are made has led me down some pretty interesting rabbit holes to learn different techniques and things, directorial techniques and special effects and sound engineering and things like that. Yeah, she's here. She's right there. She ain't going nowhere. And I find it fascinating that out of all the movies in the world, and there are a lot of movies. Oh, and by the way, when I was telling you my parameters, not only did I not watch black and white movies, I also didn't watch foreign films. So that's only movies made that's English speaking and in color. But out of all the movies in the world, and there's a lot of movies in every country, there's only 7 stories. 7 stories are in every movie and in every song in the world. That's mind blowing when you think about it. All the movies you've seen, it's the same movie, or one of 7 of the same movies. And you can take elements of that story and mix it up with other elements of other stories and get infinite combinations, but it's the same basic principles retold over and over and over again. Yep, 7 basic stories. I don't know all of them by heart, so I can't speak on them. I wasn't prepared to speak about it today, so if I go look it up, I could tell you. But there are some interesting books to read, like The Hero's Journey. That's a good book to read. That'll tell you how movies are crafted, how most characters are made, why certain movies were popular, like Star Wars. What causes Star Wars to have such staying power is because it's basically all archetypes. Every character is an archetype. And they base it on the bigger stories, like biblical stories or dramatic stories like Homer's The Odyssey or something like that. The big classic comedy drama type things, you know, Greek mythology and that sort of thing. And you basically take those 7 groups of stories and mix them up in a grab bag, and you just pull out 2 or 3 elements of each story, and there's your new movie. And you just work that into a 3-act play or a 5-act play, depending on the type of movie it is. And there you have it. You'll notice that all movies have a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's always a climax before the ending. It's usually the hero comes up, fights his way to a certain point, and then he faces an unbeatable foe. And then, against all odds, he wins in the end, like Rocky. Rocky is a classic example of this archetype. And that's the basic story structure of all movies, all of them. The chances of somebody writing a story that hasn't already been written a million times is almost zero. There's not one original idea out there. And you have to figure we've been doing this a long time. We've been doing this since the Roman times, since a little before that even. So it started out in plays. And then when we got the technology, it moved to media. So I don't think that there is a story that you've ever seen in your life that is unique. Even the ones that you consider to be unique, they're ripping off something earlier than them. And they all go back to 7 basic stories. And those stories are in the Bible, by the way. Like my rocket powered lighter. It's like a rocket. What's the excuse of a crappy ending? Lazy writing, mostly. Lazy writing or misunderstood intentions. Sometimes what's crappy to you might be genius to somebody else. But sometimes it's just crappy. I really don't know why in this day and time all movies aren't genius, because we've been doing it so long. You'd think they'd have figured it out by now. This is what audiences like. This is what tickles their fancy. This is what'll fill the seats. But for some reason, they keep writing garbage. Hey, there's April. Welcome to the show, honey. But you're right, though. There is no reason for a crappy movie or a crappy ending, because we've had the example for the ages. We know what works. We know what people dig, what young people dig, what middle people dig, what old people dig. We know. All we got to do is put it on paper. And it's like they can't do it to save their life. Especially nowadays when they keep shoving the message. Well, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Hollywood was basically invented for propaganda. That's the basic reason it exists. That's the reason movies exist, so that they can slip in propaganda messages. That's been happening since the 40s. All radio and all TV has been co-opted for that reason. The news is propaganda. It's never the truth. It's always somebody's version of the truth, or somebody's version of events unfolding. Hey, congratulations, you got your phone back on. And I've got my magic glass on. What does that mean? Is that something you put on your phone so you can read it? Magic glass. Bazinga. I just got it earlier. Yay, mama, you got magic glasses. That's awesome. She said magic glass, but I'll take magic glasses for $100. All movies are the same. All TV is lame. All radio has no picture to see. Newspapers tell lies. Magazines fool your eyes. And books use your imagination to believe. I ain't got nothing else. That's the best I can do on the spur of the moment. 2 lines. Anyway. I hired 2 new guys in my band this week. Well, I didn't. My drummer did. Nonetheless, 2 new guys are in the band. Magnifying glasses. Got it. A magnifier. Put it on your phone so you can see it. That's good. I'm glad you got that. Anyway, a gay element to my band. No longer can I tell that joke when people ask me what kind of music I play and I say reggae. Because we do. So it's not a joke anymore. Anyway, I hired the guy because I didn't hire him. He was hired because he sings pretty decent and he can cover me. So I can still do the fronting of the show, talk all the garbage and the nonsense, keep everything moving, and somebody's voice is there that actually worth listening to. So as my voice disappears, that will become more of a feature of my show. Oh, duh. I thought you were being funny like Forrest Gump and his magic shoes. LOL. I'm just kidding, Mama. Were you, though? Were you? I'm glad you can see better for sure. I love you, says April. We all love you, and we're all glad you can see better. Now, what are you going to look at now that you can see? That's the existential question. What are you going to look at? We're at the playing our points. Well, that sounds fun. I haven't done anything fun in a long time. I've been very busy lately. I need to go out and do something stupid. What do you think? I was thinking skydiving, but I risk my life every time I get on a motorcycle, so I don't think that's going to do it. Maybe I'll take up bowling. Bazinga! What do you think? Maybe I'll become a clown. No, I can't juggle. That's not going to work. We got all the Willy Wonka cards. Woohoo! Worth 2,000 points. Yay! What's that worth in dollars? What's 2,000 Willy Wonka points worth? What can you do with 2,000 Willy Wonka points? I've never been to a family fun center. Is it like Chuck E. Cheese? Or like laser tag and bouncy ball pits? Inquiring minds want to know. CJ will get a great prize. It's a lot more, but he can get a bigger toy or whatever. I hear you. It's very exciting stuff. This weather's got my guitar out of tune. You like my shirt? Bazinga! Well, it's the same old tune, fiddle and guitar. Where do we take it from here? Rhinestone boots, shiny new cars. It's been the same way for years. We need to change. Somebody told me when I went to Nashville, son, you know you got it made. Oh, Hank made it here, and we're pretty sure that you will. But I don't think Hank done it this way. No, I don't think Hank done it this way. I've seen the world in a four-piece band, speeding my young life away. Every now and then I'd add another man, but I don't think Hank done it this way. No, I don't think Hank done it this way. This time, the last time, we need to change. All this time, last time, we need to change. but I don't think Hank did it this way. No, I don't think Hank done it this way. Little Hank Williams Jr. for you. Waylon Jennings for you. That's cool. I can't wait to see it. It's a handheld magnifier, but it helps some. Good song. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. She's talking about one of these. Hey, I'm Swedish. Remember that? Remember that movie? Ever seen one of those? What else I got in here? Look at here. Electric Gazoo. Who you know's got one of those? Condenser mic and everything. Yes, I am the only man alive that has an electric Gazoo. One day I might even play it for you. What you guys want to talk about? I blew my wad on existentialism. And modern currency. And now I must play a song. You gonna be home tomorrow, Mama? April's asking. CJ has 7,000 points. Yay, picking out toys now. That's a long way from 2,000. You must have done something right. Sitting at a tiny table in a ritzy restaurant. She's staring at my coffee cup, trying to keep her courage up by applying booze. Talk was small when they talked at all. They both knew what they wanted. There was no need to talk about it. Too young to scope it out and keep it loose. And she said, "You don't look like my type, but I guess you do." Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. And he said, "I'll even tell you that I love you if you want me to." Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. She said she'll be home after a doctor's appointment at 11. They left the bar, they got in the car and they drove away. Took her to the Holiday He came back with a key. She said, give it to me and I'll unlock the door. And she said, I ain't never done this kind of thing before, have you? The red romance going rendezvous. And he said, oh yes I have, but only a time or two. The red romance going rendezvous. The red romance going rendezvous. There you go, some amazing rhythm aces right out of my back pocket. Always makes for a good song there. Followed up by The Wait, played by the band. Can't go wrong. Those two songs will always get you there. What do you think? What say you? Oh, Mr. Scratchy Voice. Oh, did you hear that? Shoulder cracked. So, as I was saying earlier, we've added two new guys to the band. A guy that played with me 20 years ago, a guy named Frank Jones, excellent guitar player, and a guy named James who plays rhythm guitar and sings. And he's kind of a reggae fellow. He's a black fella. Plays a kind of upbeat kind of club type music. And it should be interesting. I have no idea where it's going to head or if it's going to be good, but it was good Thursday night. We went to an open mic night and everybody played. Yes, but not quite that big, Jake. What are we talking about? Oh, my magnifying glass. I thought you were headed somewhere else with that statement. My bad. Anyway, we did an open mic night on Thursday night where we set up as a band. No, it wasn't an open mic night. It was a full-on show. That's right. Sorry. And it was Sunday night, not Thursday night. They came and played with us at the show. I got my days mixed up. Anyway, we played a full show. I was going to let them sit in for one song. We ended up playing the whole show together. And it was decent enough that we hired them on the spot. And they just happened to be looking for a band to join. And we just happened to be looking for another singer because I'm out of business in the singing department, apparently. And so we hired them. And now we're going to go forward and see how it works. And it should be quite interesting. I'm interested to find out where it goes and see what kind of new sound we can create. Now, this guy that plays the guitar, as I said, he played with me 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And he played with me for a long time. So he knows me intimately, musically. So that should be fuel for the fire. That should get us there quicker and also bring something of nostalgia to the table, something that we're all familiar with. It's interesting to see where that's going to go because I never thought I'd ever play with this guy again. Not that there's anything wrong with him or that we parted amicably, but just we went separate ways after doing a long tour together. At least 10 years we played together. So it's interesting that we're back in that boat again to see where that's going to go and to see how I've changed and to see how he's changed. And this new guy, this James fella, he's shown up in the reggae environment, like Bob Marley type stuff. So having never been in one of those bands before, the closest I ever came, I played in a beach band as a bass player, and they played some reggae stuff, but it wasn't a reggae band. It was a beach band. They just played some reggae stuff. So I'm interested to see where that's going to go and how that's going to change the sound of my band. But there's no bad there. You know, so far I haven't seen any problem we might be on the verge of something unique, maybe lightning will strike twice. Now, back in the day, my band was among the top 5 bands in the state. And you mentioned one, you mentioned me with them. You know, it was unavoidable. It is great music. And we got there quite by accident. When I first moved to this state, there was a very good music scene here. I mean, it was very lively at night. And I just started hanging out with people and sitting in with them, you know, like I did where I came from. Only this time it took. People started recognizing me and requesting me, and then I started getting shows. And next thing you know, I'm most popular band in town. And it stayed that way for 12 years. And we were the most booked band and the most popular band in this area for 12 years. And then we all were exhausted because we didn't take a break. We played straight through 12 years, as much as we could play. 3 nights, 4 nights, 2 nights a week, every week, nonstop. So we all just kind of petered out and did little things like little acoustic shows or whatever and went our separate ways. And fate has brought us back together. 2 of the 3 guys that I started this band with are in my band now, 20 years later, which is weird. Same drummer, same guitar player, and me, same guy. So it's pretty interesting. I sure missed them all. It's been so long since I've seen them. Yep. Well, they're back. It might be a blessing. I don't know. Might be a curse. I don't know. Might be like the guy that wakes up every day in the same place at the same time. Groundhog's Day. It might be one of those situations. But it might be a blessing. I'm looking at it positively anyway and see where it's going to take us. Hopefully we'll have a unique sound unlike anybody else playing right now, and we'll strike like I did last time, because last time I brought something new to the table, my unique musical sound based on how I learned how to play music when I came here was something they'd never heard before. So it took off like a rocket, and everybody loved to come see us play because we didn't sound like any of the other bands. I'm hoping that'll happen this time, because as far as I know, there are no rock and roll country reggae bands playing in the area. So we'll see. And you know, my long-haired redneck ass standing beside a 6-foot tall black man is not something people are going to be accustomed to seeing in this day and age also. So that might be work in our favor. Who knows? Sounds like it's going to be epic. It might be. It might be. I hope it is the start of a new year. I need a win badly. I could use a win. So we'll see. The other band that I play in is an old country band, and they play old country music. And it's just a bunch of stuff that I played in the 80s. You know, everything they're doing, I did 20 years ago. So 25 years ago. So that's not a challenge. That's just my day job, I guess you could say. So we'll see how that one goes. One of them's got to go when the other one starts taking off. Who knows? It could be my band that has to go. If the other band starts booking me every day, I'm going to go where the money's at, obviously. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think we're going to start something fresh and interesting. So we'll see. I would like to see my band take off again and do what it did before, live up to my legend that I built up in my own head. Because now the only person that knows I'm famous is me. I'm famous in my own mind. Got a new vehicle. 2021 white Jeep. Sweet. I need a new vehicle too. It's about that time. Oh, I also picked up a wedding in June. I'm marrying somebody in June. That's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys knew about that or not. That's a new thing. Didn't you just get a new car too, April? Mustang? Or am I remembering that a long time away from when it happened? Seems like it's recent. Pretty slow Wednesday, isn't it? And by the way, if my voice ever heals and I get back to where I can sing again, my band will have 2 big vocalists. Wonder how that'll be happening. Yeah, it does sound promising, doesn't it? We'll be singing a whole bunch of No Woman, No Cry. No woman, no cry. We all sensitive people. I don't know this damn song. That never stopped me before. I'll just keep singing along. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. That kind of thing. I'm going to get him to sing I Shot the Sheriff and do it in a reggae voice. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you? How's your life treating you? Any exciting news coming up? Any unforgettable things happen? Boo! I know, I'm a bozo. It's all right. Bazinga. Got to work it in there somehow. We got 4 people here and nobody's talking. What's wrong with this picture? Yes, I got a blue Mustang. Kevin drives it. And we take turns between the Fiesta and the Mustang. Ah. It sounds like Kevin got a new Mustang and you get to drive it every now and then. I see how that works. Oh, shit, I just started a fight. Sell tickets to that fight. So, let's see. I'm stoked about the Loverboy concert in June, and the Elvis movie will be playing in June also. Yay. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing that Elvis movie too. I don't care about Loverboy. Maybe we're just listening to you. Yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, I put a new tire on my motorcycle yesterday. Cost me a day's work. Started at 8 o'clock, and I thought, well, surely I'll have this on by 10. Did not work out that way. It ended up being a large pain in the ass, and it took almost all day to get done. had to take all the saddlebags and everything off the bike. I had to jack the bike up without a jack, which meant I had to prop it up on bricks and rock it back and forth and climb up the bricks with the bike till I got it up high enough that the tire would come out. Then I had to beat on that damn rubber tire because it wouldn't unseal for 2 hours before I got it broke loose. Then I had to get the new tire, which is solid, fresh, new rubber on the old rim and get the inner tube in it right. That took another 30, 45 minutes. Then I had to put the tire back on, put all the saddlebags back on, drop it back down, and then test it out and then wait to see if it leaks. Because when you put a tire on the old way and it has an inner tube, you always run the risk of pinching the inner tube when you're working a new tire on. If that happens, you got to start all over and put a new inner tube in it. So luckily that did not happen, or that'd have been the rest of the day. But anyway, at 2 o'clock, I finally finished that job and was glad to get done with it. It's not fun changing tires the old way. It's much nicer to take it to somebody and let them do it. It's complicated, but it's necessary to know how to do when you ride a motorcycle, because I could have a flat on the side of the road and then I'd be out of luck because you can't leave your bike for somebody to steal it. The only way to fix it is to fix it yourself. So I always keep spare tires and spare parts in my shop ahead of time. That way when it breaks, because it will break, I have it to fix it with, you know. I learned that lesson. You know how the word boat stands for bust out another 1,000, meaning that they're expensive to keep, boats? Well, biker stands for breaks income, kills economy regularly. Biker. Very expensive to ride a motorcycle. Yes, I can fix it myself. That's the deal I made when I bought the bike. When I bought it, I said, if I'm going to ride a motorcycle and it's a Harley, which means if I take it to the Harley shop, it's going to cost 3 times as much as it would cost anywhere else to fix because it's a Harley. I said, no, if anything on that bike breaks, I'm going to fix it myself. That's the deal. So I'll buy the bike. I'm going to learn how to fix everything on it. And so far, I have been able to. I haven't got into the motor yet, but I've gotten all the stuff on the outside I've done. I've taken it apart. I've done the tires. I've done the chain. I've done the drive shaft. The drive belt. I've done the starter. I've done the oil pan. I've done the main drive, the big chain on the inside. I've done the stator, which is the alternator, which is inside the motor. The only thing I haven't done is the pistons, but I'm pretty sure I can figure that out too. D. If you're going to ride a Harley, you got to be able to fix it yourself because it costs a lot of money to get something done at a Harley dealership. Now, I've got to put a new stator on it because the battery isn't charging anymore. So that's the new job. That'll take all day too. I'm going to be smart and wait till a day off to do that one though. Devin has a motorcycle. Tell him he needs to learn how to fix it. It'll make you appreciate it more too if you do the work on it. You'll take better care of it because you did the work on it. Thanks, Chris. There's no wrong in having a motorcycle. Nothing wrong with that. It's all in how well you handle it. If you're careless, then it's not a good idea to have a motorcycle. But if you're careful and you know how to ride and you have experience riding, then there's no harm in having one. I've been riding one on and off all my life, so I'm pretty well experienced. Yes, you got to have experience. But there's only one way to get experience, and that's to ride. So you got to start somewhere. Hopefully he didn't buy him a god-awfully big motorcycle that he ain't got no business riding on. Hopefully he got him something appropriate. A beginner bike. Because a big one will kill you if you're not experienced. Mine's thrown me a couple times, and I'm an experienced rider. Matter of fact, I just got over a motorcycle wreck this past month. Still suffering from it a little bit. Still a little beat up over it. But it ain't like it was. I'm back to using my hands at least. So even if you're experienced, you can end up hurting yourself really bad if you're not careful. I love this guitar. It's one of my favorite ones. It is a Maestro made by Gibson guitar. I only have acoustic Gibson guitars. My other favorite's over there in the case where it stays most of the time because it's very old. But I do play it. And I take pictures with it. But Gibson makes the best guitar as far as acoustics go, I think. I've never played a Martin, so I can't compare, but anything else, Gibson's got them beat. There are people that play Martins that swear by them, although I've never appreciated the way they look. They're not very pretty, in my opinion. They're kind of plain, but some people like that. Some people are minimalists. They like something that looks original, you know. I don't particularly care for it. It's a little boxy. It's a little deep. I like something with a little flash. Something pretty. Something's got a good sound. If it don't sound good to me, I can't very well make it sound good to anybody else. But and I played a lot of guitars in my life. So for electric guitars, I play mostly primarily Fender, Telecaster, or Stratocaster. But I do like a Les Paul. I'll give them that. They got rock and roll cornered. Ain't nothing makes rock and roll like a Les Paul or an SG. Both Gibson made. But primarily, I'm a Fender man. You like the shirt? Bazinga. Thank you. What's up, Kev? Good to see you, buddy. I'm just running off at the mouth, talking nonsense. That's what I said. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a song I can actually sing. Play a reggae song? Eventually. I don't know any reggae songs. I just hired the guy. Ain't learned any of his music yet. Like Shaggy or Bob Marley. I just played No Woman, No Cry. Don't worry. Be happy. That's all I know. I can't sing Dorville right now. My voice won't handle it. Sorry. I could do something like Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. Big black cloud is coming down. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. 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 Mama put my bags for me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. 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 Mama, take this blood off my face. You know I can't see too good anymore. Alright. God, I've been searching so long. I've been searching for a better place. Feel like I've been knocking on heaven's door. 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 Yeah. Sports update. Tampa Bay Badass Lightning beat the Florida Pussycats in 4 straight. Now they will face either the New York Snobby Rangers or the Carolina rum-filled Hurricanes in the Eastern Final. Go Boats! There you go. Some reggae and some rock and roll. Lord have mercy. Bless my soul. I'm a walking, talking Tootsie Roll. Yeah. So, in conclusion, time travel and beaming isn't possible because quantum physics is bullshit. Everybody following me so far? How are you doing? Are you guys having a good time? I hope you are. I hope you're having as much fun as I'm having tonight. Won't you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be online and when my videos drop. Smash that like button. It's free. It's right in front of you. It takes no effort at all, and I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out, so there's no reason not to do it. Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid, drink your own Kool-Aid. As long as you're thinking critically, that's what I want. Critical think coming from that brain of yours. And if you dig what I'm doing, or you'd like to tip the musician or pat me on the back and say, hey, nice job, Jake, won't you consider becoming a supporter of this channel by going to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band is a great way to support the channel and help out in any way possible. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing for you too, because God notices these things. We do live in a reciprocal universe. With that, I will finish out this video by taking your questions and comments, your criticisms, and catharsis casually, credibly, curiously, contagiously, cantankerously. Quite crafty, that guy. Yes, everyone, don't forget to hit the like button and remember to feed Jake. Feed Jake. He's been a good dog. Your best friend right through it all. So if I die before I wake, feed Jake. If I die before I wake, feed Jake. Ruff, I've been a good dog. I need a little kill for this. Woohoo. I love you all. I enjoyed it, Jake. Thank you, dear. I enjoy you too. I'm going to watch the new episode of Strange New Worlds at 3 a.m. in the morning. Comes out, and I'll be right there to watch it. It's episode 4. So far, so good. A little bit cringy at times, but for the most part, actual good television. Actual good Star Trek. I think you'll like it. If you get a chance to watch it, do so. It's on Paramount Plus, but if you're like me, you can get it for free. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I've been kind of concerned about Star Trek. 5 shows they put out, and every one of them suck. Every one of them are woke garbage. But then they heard the fans whining about it and saying, hey, you need to do better. That's not the Star Trek we want. So they've come out with Strange New Worlds, supposedly to bridge the gap and heal the wounds and make everybody happy. I don't think it's going to do that because they're still cramming that garbage in there. But it's at least episodic. It's at least bright and has a hopeful message. The stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's at least watchable. So I know they can make good television. And also, they have one writer, whereas the other shows has like 20 producers and 50 writers. So it's always going in different directions. So each episode has a one writer or one team of writers. So that's a plus. So we'll see how it goes. We're only 4 episodes in. I'll let you know at the end of the season whether it's worthy watch. But I think it might be. It's pretty good so far. It at least hits the nostalgia buttons. Keep smiling, everyone, and sweet dreams to everyone. May God bless all. Night, baby, love you. Are y'all leaving me? See you Friday. Are you going to be here Friday? As far as I know, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Unless a show comes up. The only reason I miss a podcast is if there's money on the line, because I got to make a living. I got to eat. So if a show comes up, I got to take it. But that's the only reason I'll miss a podcast. Either that or because I'm sick. But it don't happen very often. So all intents and purposes, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, unless there's money on the line. And then I got to go make the money. But I try to make it up by doing extra or doing an extra show or being an extra peppy or something, you know. I try to do something for you. I try to make it worth your while to come back and see me again. After all, what good is a show if you can't enjoy it? And that's the goal here, is for you to enjoy my face on your phone or your computer. And I hope you do. I've been singing to you for a year with no voice. That's got to mean something. Got to be worth something. Anyway, I've had a good time tonight. I love you all with all my heart. Y'all seem to be getting ready to go, so I might as well go on too. Okay, then. Till then, I'm eating now. I love you. Night, night. Nah. Well, enjoy your dinner. I'll be here. I'll be here too. I love you guys. Thank y'all for taking care of me and listening to me ramble on tonight. Following me wherever I go. I appreciate you. It means a lot. And keep rocking on. Keep the faith. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Do me a favor, when you go out into the world tomorrow, take a little kindness with you. Show somebody some love. Let your inner light shine and watch it change your life, and everybody around you, everybody you touch, their light will lift automatically just because yours is shining. I promise you it'll work. It works every time. Take care of yourselves and each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me, because I like taking credit for things I didn't do. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Aunt Darlene, I'll see you on Sunday if you're not going to be here Friday, but I appreciate you coming Sunday. It means a lot. And Laura and the other two watching, Kevin, thank y'all for coming. Have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Be happy. Be free. Be something. But most of all, and I can't stress this enough, if you can't do anything else, be